Any ideas, guys? Any questions? Sort of DJ Shadow related questions? Any Shadow or DJ questions? Carl, any ideas?
What does the word DJ mean?
Yeah, it's too easy. I'll tell you something I do know.
Go on.
Right. But I can't really get a question out of it.
Go on, just tell us.
There's a shadow somewhere.
It's already good, isn't it?
I'm loving it already.
No, right. There's a shadow, I think it was in America.
Yeah.
And it's on a quiet road. I'm guessing somewhere like Boston, that's what I imagine.
Okay,
right?
no.
Somewhere like Boston, and people at night used to see this shadow moving about, and they'd go, what's that? Right? And it got known, the town, the little local town got known for this shadow, but it didn't cause any problems.
What are you talking about?
Well, it was just, you've lost me.
What are you talking about?
Do you know, like, some places get famous, like, Scotland's got the Loch Ness Monster and that, but it doesn't cause any, but it doesn't cause any problems.
It does exist, go on.
Right, so there's this shadow walking about on the road.
What do you mean? No, what's he, again? Rubbish.
Right, so it's
Nonsense.
walking about.
Where did you read this? Where did you see this?
It's walking about, this was on the internet, and I'm sure.
Sorry! Sorry! Right. I thought it was shite. I didn't know it was on the internet.
Right, so this shadow is moving about, and,
independently of an object.
Yeah, and the local mayor and that is like, yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's not harming anyone.
The mayor involved!
Was he elected to that post?
Hey, mayor, we got a problem down here, seems like a shadow. Well, it's not causing any, no, it's just
causing any problems.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, it was left for years, and then it did start causing problems.
I see, that's it. If you leave these shadows to go unchecked, Rick, they go crazy.
Yeah.
You let them run amok in the city.
Yeah.
You've got to stand
What did it do? What did it do? What did the shadow do?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
It was what?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
Oh,
I'll find out more for that next week. Right, that'll tease
oh,
them.
you're a maniac!
We'll do more on that. We haven't had time for educating.
Please never have children.
Right, listen.
Just promise me now you'll never have kids.
Well, when was the last time you went to a live experience?
Well, I've been to gigs, but the one that springs to mind probably is when I first sort of tried a gig out, and it wasn't a music one, it was Bottom, do you know, with...
Bottom the live thing with
Rick Mail and Adrian Limited.
Yeah, in
when was that?
Years ago, because it was in Manchester in about, I don't know, 87, 88 or something, and I was set up for like a blind date. Right, this a mate of mine sort of set me up to see this. What?
Girl. So you said let's go to Bottom?
Well, I didn't tell her. I just said meet us at the Apollo.
I bet she was over the moon, wasn't she?
Met her there. Said right.
Romantic.
Going to see some middle-aged men run round in pants. Brilliant.
Well, it's good. It's one of them things that afterwards you've got something to talk about, haven't you, and stuff. Yeah.
So was it a good gig?
Yeah, it was all right. Sort of bought some April fruits and that at the start of the night.
Yeah.
I think she liked that. And then we watched Bottom. Then afterwards had a bit of a chat, and then,
You didn't see her again, I take it?
I would have done, right, because she was alright looking and everything.
Yeah.
But when we were chatting, she said, she had a problem with a marrow.
What?
And that.
She what?
She had a problem with a marrow.
She had a problem with her marrow?
Yeah.
You mean her bone marrow?
Yeah.
Oh! I thought you meant she had one stuck of her fanny.
No, just a...
Thanks for that, Rick. That's an image I can't get out of my head.
No one did what? Oh, I see. A marrow. I thought it was a marrow. Her marrow.
And is that serious, that? You see, I just was put off it, because I thought... If you
Well, I think it's more serious than the problem with a marrow.
Yeah.
I mean... With a marrow and that.
It's an idea if you're bored with butt
I
plugs.
love it! I love it! Everything he says is like someone from Kes.
It was just that thing that...
You didn't want to go out with a girl who might be ill in some way.
Well, yeah, I thought, what's the point in spending time with her, spending money on her and stuff, and then she's going to die on me?
Oh!
No, but seriously,
God!
no, but I'm just, see, this is what annoys me. You asked me to be honest, but I'm just saying, what's the point in me getting upset and stuff?
God, no, but it's not it was the one thing he said, what's the point in spending money on her if she's gonna die anyway? You've gotta realise that's not a normal thing to say!
No, but what's the point in getting to really knowing someone and thinking, oh, she's really nice, I want to spend my life with her. It's good that she told me when she did.
Oh, What, during bottom? This is the most amazing thing you've ever said!
What, Steve, don't you understand what I'm saying?
But no, because, what? Well, firstly, it's the assumption that she's going to drop dead and you're going to think,
I'm
well, I
not
just bought her some open fruits, I'm
am I?
livid.
I don't know what it means when you've got a problem with a marrow and that, but she looked pretty serious when she was talking about it. So I was like, oh.
Christ almighty!
I don't understand what's so bad about it.
Play a record! I'll tell you. I'll explain to her during the break. Play a record.
Libertines?
Yeah.
If you're... I've got another fact for you, Carl. Might be of interest to you, just the final one. The ancient Babylonians had few... What?
Can I just stop you there? What's a Babylonian?
My head's gonna burst! What do you mean, what's a Babylonian?
I've never heard of one.
No, but we'll think, work out, what's an Evertonian?
Someone who supports Everton?
Well, or from?
From Liverpool?
Yeah, so what's a Babylonian?
He's from Baba.
Yeah, well anyway, some people from Baba, ancient Baba...
Go on.
Talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it now? Listen, the fella...
Play a
no,
record.
listen. Do you want,
Play a
this, alright,
Alright, no, come on, alright, he's got it now.
Go on.
This fella goes
Yeah.
to the doctors,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, right, okay. Right, if this is in any way apocryphal, stupid, illogical, impossible, right, you are never, ever speaking again on radio. So make sure this is at least possible. I'll tell you what, I'll even give you improbable, but possible. So if anything that breaks the laws of the universe, or logic, okay, that's all you have to avoid. On you go.
Right, so this fella, right, he goes to the doctors because he's got earache.
Right. Okay, if a chimp's living in his brain... that he
Go
gives,
on.
Go on.
So he's got earache, he's sat in the waiting room and his ear's all bunged up and it's hurting a lot and what have you. So the doctor comes out and he goes, right? And because his ear's all bunged up, he doesn't hear it that well, right? So he thinks it must have been me, right? So he wanders in.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Anyway...
I'm going to hate this. I can just feel it in my bones. Steve, I'm going to let you take over. Okay,
Let's go on, let's hear it. Come on.
So
Okay.
the doctor says, sit yourself down there, right? So he sits himself down, he goes, right, take your pants off, right? So he's thinking, that's a bit odd. Anyway,
He heard that, though.
he apparently he took his tackle off. The doctor, like, did some operation.
What, there in the waiting room?
No, in his office.
In his office, yeah.
What?
Wait, so he removed what? His genitals?
Yeah.
In his office?
Why, Carl? Why, Carl?
Because he hadn't called him in.
Oh, he'd calling the bloke who wanted his testicles taken off, and he didn't do it. What? So the doctor went out and said, Mr. Jones, who's here to whip off your cock and balls, just here and now, right? Bloke comes in, didn't it? It must have been me. So the bloke who wanted his balls taken off didn't say, oh, I think he said me. So he didn't interrupt then. So the bloke goes in, he starts taking his testicles off, and he doesn't say, I'm here for me ears.
Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
Yeah.
The Holy Trinity.
Yeah, going well at the moment.
Not bad, not bad. You were just talking about, foreigners.
Love 'em.
And I'll tell you something, I've been meaning to ask you this for a while, because I know you're a very well-informed man.
Yeah, political and sort of liberal and that.
Yeah. How does Chinese work?
With the language?
I can't figure it out.
No one knows.
I can't figure it out.
No one knows.
It's not like any other language.
No, it's not. It's not.
You know.
Either spoken or written down. Well, it's not written down, it's...
Well, when it's written down, it basically looks like kind of little children's drawings of those little paper houses that Chinese people live in.
Well, that's what it is. It is.
And it's loads of them, it's hundreds of them from what I can make out.
But I mean, even French have a go. It's not even the French got right words, but they've got some of the right letters, and they're going, oh, hello, how are you? And it's sort of, they're trying to do the words, but there's just something wrong. I think this is like a speech impediment, I think.
Exactly, yeah. Germans are similar.
Yeah, Germans are going, how are you? And they're trying to do the words.
Trying to speak English, but it's just
Chinese, no effort!
It's just, for want of a better word, it sounds, when I listen to Chinese, it sounds like gobbledygook.
That is a dialect. I think that's the main dialect. That, Mandarin, and orangutan. But I mean,
but seriously, I mean, I can't figure it out. I've got no grasp of how, because it doesn't seem to relate to anything I've ever
there's not
heard.
real words, because there are sentences. Like, you know, we have a word, if we said, a gentleman sits by the stream of fish.
I said it often.
Yeah, we use all the different words to each one of those words, so we've got a word for each of them.
Yeah,
They haven't, they've just got, I think it's like a triangle with a line through it.
Right.
So,
Right,
which
right,
can
right.
get confusing, because, you
Yeah,
know,
so the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
that's just, that's what, I think that's like a little paper house with a feather on top.
Right.
But if we got,
Personally, this is what I would love to do. I want to use the fact that we're on the radio to answer these questions possibly.
yeah, to tell me about other cultures.
I would love to speak to a Chinese person.
Yeah.
A Chinaman.
Well, or a Chinaman woman.
A Chinaman woman, I thought
Yeah.
fine. But I'd just like to speak to someone, ideally perhaps, you know, a professor of Chinese.
Or someone who works in a chip shop, but someone who was actually born in Chinaland.
Someone born in China.
Someone born in Chinaland, a Chinaman or a Chinaman woman, just to talk us through exactly what they're going on about.
Exactly. And it's just because I'm very ill-informed. I've only really seen, Chinese people in kung fu movies. You know,
Chinatown?
Chinatown, walking through Chinatown.
As we've said before.
Not really a town.
Not really a town.
More of a novelty street.
More of a novelty street, a slippery novelty street.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
Because I remember watching Kung Fu a lot. They always used to speak, they always speak very slowly, don't they?
they do.
They're very kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
Inscrutable.
And they never really they are unscrutable.
You cannot screw a
You
Chinaman.
cannot screw a Chinaman or a Chinaman
They are
woman.
unscrutable, they are
They're-
non-scrutable.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
I was to go out in the street now and try and scroot a Chinaman,
You'd have no chance.
I would not, because they are inscrutable.
You could not screw a Chinaman for love and the money.
They are anti-scrutable.
Yeah, yeah.
I could possibly scroot a Chinese woman.
Well, I
They're
don't think
pretty
you'd have any
inscrutable.
luck. You've had no
But
luck.
anyway, if you are a Chinaman or a Chinaman woman who can just tell us basically how it works, how would you teach us the basics of Chinese if we were going to go to China and we wanted to interact? Where would we start? What would be the first words we would say? How would we say them? How would we write them? Please help.
This is gonna run and run.
What's the number, Carl?
08700 800 1234.
See, proper normal talking there. From Gervais Pilkington.
There's got to be one thing. Isn't it? Whole lot of love from Led Zeppelin classic.
On XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
We've not heard much from Carl this week.
We haven't heard much from anyone who can speak Chinese for us either, so we're not that one on the edge. I don't think we'll be learning Chinese today, Steve.
What annoys me is I'm going to go out into the world still ignorant.
I know, yeah. The only Chinese I learned was from Benny Hill.
No, Benny Hill could speak fluent Chinese.
Well, the only ones I know is you silly idiot is Siri Iria,
Yes.
and bloody foreigners is bloody foreigner.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, that's it's just a matter. It get you by in Peking, but I mean, you come in, you hit a dialect, and you know, your worms meat.
Sure.
I don't know what's happened to us. I think it's like sort of end of term sort of madness. But I think we've got to calm down here. We're a bit naughty there. We said, you know, bloke with two dicks. We said Chinese people don't talk properly, which is a little bit
Offensive.
yeah. You know what I mean, Carl?
Well, they don't know.
Right. Okay. Let's leave it now.
Okay, stop there, Carl. Carl does not necessarily reflect the opinions of XFM or any
Yeah.
other human being.
If you think that me and Steve have been being offensive, we are strongly behind the guise of irony, satire, and ignorance. Carl only has ignorance and hate.
Yes.
No, but as long as you say something good about someone, you can also say something bad about
Go
them.
on,
How does that work?
Go on, and give us an example.
Well, Chinese,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
great people, right?
Good.
Really,
that's
the
good
women really good looking as younger people.
bit. No!
They
What
get
are you
older.
doing?
I'm just saying, as long as you know what I mean, there's good and bad and everything.
For every
Well, what are the
positive
old
and
ones
negative.
like?
They don't age well.
What do you mean?
The fella in Karate Kid, the teacher, was only about 36.
We started this. We started this. Oh.
Fact. A story the other day, when I was looking for Monkey News, right? There's a story about a couple who couldn't have any kids, right? There's something wrong with them, but they really wanted a kid. And they got some dodgy email address where they could buy a baby online, right? It was someone who would have a kid, and you could buy it for $3,000 or something, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, they got one, they got picked, and they're like, brilliant, there's the money. Got the baby and everything, they were loving it. you know, playing with it and stuff. As it got older,
Feeding it.
it got airier.
Oh, shut the Carl!
Turned out they've been sold a chimp.
You maniac, you stupid mank twat.
How on
Don't
earth?
talk shit. That is as if...
They didn't know it.
Oh, don't talk. Are you mental? You
I love the fact
stupid.
that didn't make it into Monkey News.
I know, yeah.
Well, it's a bit sad though. We don't like to bring
They
the
bought...
feature down.
Yeah.
But
And how
anyway,
long was this? It got hairier. They're born hairy!
No, it wasn't.
They're not born like humans then develop hair, because they go, hold on, we better get the chimp stuff kicking in now, because we're in the jungle!
School photograph. They were like, hang on a minute. It looks a bit weird. With all the
Oh,
other kids.
you are just
Mad, innit?
the rubbish. Mad, innit? Mad, innit? Mad, innit?